Ashe, Ashe.
Bunga Alafia, 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 Ashe, Ashe.
Ashe, Ashe.
Ashe, Ashe.
Ashe, Ashe.
Ashe, Ashe.
Bunga Alafia, Ashe, Ashe.
Bunga Alafia,
Ashe, Ashe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bunga Alafia, that is a song from Liberia. It is a song of welcome. So we welcome you and thank you for welcoming us. It means we welcome you from the skies to the earth, from our heart to yours, from the east to the west. We all go back down to the earth. It's the basic call and response song of traditional music, African music specifically. So what they were doing, they were encouraging you to participate. So it's going to be real simple. I'm going to tell you what we're saying. So I say Bunga Alafia. It's like you having fun and you go and you laugh. Okay, that's what it sounds like. Okay, so everybody say fun.
Fun.
Ga.
Ga.
La.
Fia.
Fia. Bunga Alafia.
Bunga Alafia.
Okay, now we say Ashe, Ashe. Ashe means like, it's like amen. It's like, yeah, that's right. Right on with the right on. Okay, that's how I use it. Ashe. Okay, so that's what we're saying. Thank you very much. Okay, so I'm gonna call and you're gonna respond. Okay, because we're all making each other feel good and welcome. Thank you for coming. Okay. I forgot to say, I'm Mealenie. I'm so excited. I'm trying to move it along. I'm Mealenie Lee Heyman of Mocha House Productions. These are my good sister friends.
Yes.
Y'all done switched up on me. Lorinda Hawkins Smith and Wanda Ray Willis. We heard them. These ladies can sing. Now I just do the community thing, but these are real. She's perfect pitch. Oh, so called her that when I first met her. So anyway, so they're right. I'm just singing like regular people, okay? All right, so here we go. Ready? Hey. Bunga Alafia, Ashe, Ashe. Your turn. Bunga Alafia, Ashe, Ashe. Again. Bunga Alafia, Ashe, Ashe. Bunga Alafia, all right. Ashe, Ashe. Ashe, 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 Ashe. Last time, Bunga Alafia, Ashe, Ashe, Bunga Alafia, Ashe, Ashe. Sounds good. All right. Thank you for participating.
Yes.
So this show today is in 3 parts. Okay, we're in the midst of the first part, which is going back to traditional customs and ways of Africa. West Africa is probably where my ancestors are from. I have not done the search yet, but my sisters and I, we say we look like the Ghanaians. Have you identified yours yet?
I'm feeling like the Nigerians, but I haven't, done it yet.
She's from Bermuda.
Yeah, she's easy.
From the Congo, west.
All right,
Nice.
So we all on the west side, okay? So, I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about?
African
Our
ancestors.
Okay, our ancestors. So what we're going to do now in traditional custom, African custom, other cultures do it also. Before an event, we call on the ancestors. Oh, I was telling the parts of the show. That's what I said. So we're doing the traditional. The middle part will be the Mocha Hapri show with the Renaissance LA specifically. And then the closing part of the show will be a test. See if you've been paying attention. And participation on something we can all do together. I like to do a lot of audience participation. That helps us to remember when we physicalize what we're doing. Okay, so as I was saying about our ancestors, we're going to call on the ancestors. Okay, so what I want you to do while we're getting started is I want you to think about who your ancestors are. First, we have our elders. Those are the older people, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, who have brought us in and give us knowledge on a day-to-day basis. But then when they pass on, when they make their transition to the other side, to the other world, whatever vocabulary we use, they become our ancestors. Okay, so we feel like they guide us all the time, or they're watching us, making sure that we're on the right path. So we're going to call on our ancestors. So I want you to think of, if you can't think of anybody who has passed on, think of your elders, okay? Because you're going to get to participate in this part of the, you don't get it all, but you're going to get to participate, calling on your ancestors, okay? So we're going to do it with the game, concentration. Concentration, concentration is the game. Keep the rhythm just the same. Starting with ancestors.
All right.
Herbert Ashley.
Gladys Rayner.
Rita Lee.
Willie Ashley.
Helen Tweed.
Robert Lee.
Cardoza Heyman.
John Tweed.
Edward Bond.
Rose Heyman.
Holly Rayner.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hattie McDaniel.
Concentration.
Concentration is the game. Keep the rhythm. Keep the rhythm just the same.
Call your ancestors.
Your turn.
Elders.
Grandmother.
Okay. Next part. Concentration. Concentration is the game. Keep the rhythm. Keep the rhythm just the same. Now we go to famous African Americans.
All right.
Dorothy Dandridge.
Your turn.
I'm going completely blank right now.
Sarah Vaughn.
I really went blank.
Lena Horne.
Hey, right.
I'm stuck. Anybody famous you want to call on? All right.
Luther King.
There you
Yes.
go. Got a whole bunch of them.
Yes. Malcolm X.
Shirley Chisholm.
Marcus Garvey.
Sojourner Truth.
Biddy Mason.
All right. Queen Calipia.
Harriet Tubman.
All right now. Everybody got it? You have anybody? Here we go.
Any abuelas, abuelos? No?
Concentration. Concentration is the game. Keep the rhythm. Keep the rhythm just the same. Woo! Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, number one this time.
Yay.
So what I'm going to go into next is the next part with African tradition. I'm going to start do a dance. It has a song with it. I'm not singing this time. It's called Lamba. Lamba is a song of healing and peace, honor and respect. This dance and song and dance, well, not like song and dance, but dance and song is given when the elders come to the village, when someone important comes to the village, when there's a harvest, when there's a marriage, when there's a birth, when there's a death. So it is a dance of all that. And we call on and honor everybody in the village. So now I'm going to share with you Lamba. From West Africa. That's Lamba. The Mocha Happy Show will begin shortly.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Mocha Happy Show. I'm your hostess, Mocha O'Brien. Well, today's episode, Renaissance LA, features 3 sepia sirens of stage and Hollywood films. They will be telling their stories in their own way. Ladies and gentlemen, our first sepia siren was known as the Josephine Baker of California. Please welcome dancer and film star, Miss Carolyn Snowden.
I was born Caroline Snowden on January 16th, 1900 in Oakland, California. Not yet.
Go ahead. Yes?
Yes, in Oakland, California in 1900. Now, let me take you way back. As a young child, I knew what I wanted to do in my life very early in my life. I would dance in front of the mirror, just like I saw the stars in the soundy street with my legs tight, toes pointed, head held back high, just like I saw the stars in the newspapers and magazines. I worked hard, and I reached my goal. In 1920, my career was established. I was a Club Alabama dancer and a Lafayette player in Harlem in New York. And I headlined at the Culver City Cotton Club, an all-white establishment. Don't ask me how that happened, but it did. In film, I was the first black to be in a theatrical company, Born Streinhard. I had seats right next to the white actors. Oh, yes, I did. I was in 21 films from 1920 to 1930, uncredited in some. Now, Old Kentucky was the first film with Stephen Fetchit, where Stephen and I got to be in a role as romantic partners. You know, don't you think we need more of that today? Things to show the beautiful love between a black man and a black woman, don't you think? I performed in clubs, I practiced, and hard work paid off. I was known as California's Josephine Baker. I started my own troupe in California, all-girl troupe, and we were just as good as the women in New York. I was known for all of my svelte outfits, chauffeured cars and entourage that went wherever I went. The newspapers followed me from the New York to California and all in between. A trailblazer in New York, I was offered a gig at the Roxy and at the Paramount, but I turned it down to return to California my home. I also worked with the NAACP to help them get blacks in less degenerative roles in film, but I was still playing parts of a maid because that barrier had not been broken until the 1950s. I taught dance to many of the white stars, Christine Talmadge, Laura Dixon, and Joan Collins. Sometimes I would finish my job working in the clubs late in the night, get home, get 2 or 3 hours of sleep, and be back on set at 8:30 in the morning a.m. Makeup and hair ready, but I loved it. And I would always say to the press, I would rather work than eat, because it's to the worker that the plums do fall. Oh, and all of this without a dance class. Heaven just sprinkled its dust on me. I remained until my death in 1985 in California, an advocate with the NAACP, and fought for blacks to have more roles in films and productions.
Well, can we give Josephine Baker another round of applause, please? Or Carolyn Snowden, excuse me. Carolyn Snowden. She was a phenomenal woman, and in that vein, I'm going to recite a poem for you. Pretty woman, wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size, but when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say, it's in the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my step, the curl of my lips. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman, that's me. I walk into a room just as cool as you please, and to a man, oh, the fellows stand or fall down on their knees. Then they swarm around me, a hive of honeybees. I say, it's in the fire in my eyes, and the flash of my teeth, the swing in my waist, and the joy in my feet. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman, that's me. Men themselves have wondered what they see in me. They try so much, but they can't touch my inner mystery. When I try to show them, they say they still can't see. I say, it's in the arch of my back, the sun of my smile, the ride of my breasts, the grace of my style. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman, that's me. Now you understand just why my head's not bowed. I don't shout or jump about or have to talk real loud. When you see me passing, it ought to make you proud. I say, it's in the click of my heels, the bend of my hair, the palm of my hand, the need of my care. Because I'm a woman, phenomenal woman, that's me. And that was Phenomenal Woman by Maya Angelou. Thank you so much. Well, members, we are going to move right along to our next act. Yes, well, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. The Europeans dubbed our next sepia siren as the Black Greta Garbo because of her striking beauty. Please welcome international star of stage and screen, Ms. Nina or Nina Mae McKinney.
I'm Nina Mae McKinney, but I was born Nanny Mamie McKinney on June 12, 1912 in Charleston, Lancaster, South Carolina, to Georgia and Hal McKinney. When I was very young, my parents moved to New York to seek a better life for us. That was during the Great Migration of the Negro from the rural South. Anyway, they left me with my great Aunt Carrie, and soon I found myself running errands and turning stunts, performing great stunts on my bicycle. I was so interested in school plays that I learned everybody's lines. I even taught myself to dance. I was quite the performer. Excuse me. When I was 15, I left school and went to New York. There, I reunited with my parents, and I established my acting career with the name Nina Mae McKinney. If you want to call me Nina, you can. It's all right with me. Oh, I debuted on Broadway in the chorus line of a hit Broadway musical, Blackbirds, of 1928, with Bill Bojangles Robinson and Adelaide Hall. Ooh! This show was one of the longest running and most successful shows of its genre. From there, I got the role of Chick in the 1928 film Hallelujah. Now this was the first all-black cast with a major studio. King Vidor directed it. He got an Oscar nomination for his direction. I got praise for my role as well. King Vidor said, "Nina, she's so full of life and so full of expression. She's a joy to work with. People like her inspire a director." That's her. After Hallelujah, I was the first Negro, Black, African-American actor to sign a long-term contract. I signed with MGM. My most notable roles during that time was the lead with Paul Robeson in Sanders of the River in 1935. Oh, I love that. It was so much fun. But when MGM cut most of my scenes from the film Reckless with Jean Harlow, I left Hollywood. I went to Europe. I found success there, mostly on stage and in cabaret. The prevalence of racism in Hollywood enforced so many Negro African Americans to go to Europe. Finding a role as a lead was hard. There were so few roles for Black women to play, all women of color. Since I was so beautiful, I'm strikingly beautiful, Hollywood was scared to make me a glamorized icon like the idolized white actresses of my time. Film codes prohibited miscegenation. Boy, I tell you, these make me so mad. I did return to America. I did smaller films and race films, you know, films made for the Negroes and the Blacks. Oh, and like Gun Moles and Gang Smashers and The Devil's Daughter. Oh, just wore me out. And even when I did do Hollywood films, it was smaller films in stereotypical roles of maids and whores. Oh, I said once, you show me one Negro girl who has made movies and not played a maid or a whore. I don't know any. Anyway, I started as a servant. Excuse me, I wasn't the star. That's just in my head. My last film was in 1944 with Gene Oberon in Dark Waters. And then my last stage performance was in a summer stock production of Rain as Sadie Hawkins. So after the World War II, I went back to Europe. I lived in Athens, Greece until 1960. I stayed there until I moved back to New York when I was 54. But on May 3rd, 1967, I died of a heart attack at the Manhattan Hospital. My funeral services was at the little church around the corner. Thank you.
Give Miss Nina another round of applause. Great. Well, we are going to continue with another poetry selection. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lines. You may tread me in the very dirt, but still like dust I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room? Just like moons and like suns with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness. But still like air, I'll rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise, bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. All right. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Okay. This next segment features our third sepia siren. She was a civil rights advocate who paved the way for women of color in the film industry. Audience, please give a round of applause to welcome Miss Dorothy Dandridge! Woo!
1954, and the industry still had not created dramatic roles for black actresses. I was going to change that, and the time was now. For my next appointment with Otto, I sashayed into his office in a sultry outfit and a short, sassy wig. Otto's jaw dropped. Ah, he got the part! He just couldn't help it. And it was for Carmen Jones. Dorothy Dandridge is one of the premiers. She paved the way for many women of color in the industry. With her hard work and determination, she was an inspired woman. Yes, she was. Here I shine again, ready to take that vow. Of all the times I needed strength, I had it now. Here I shine again, shining my name on the line. Been down a bit, but now I'm ready to shine. Was down in the dungeons, left all alone in the dark. But now I've risen, this song I sing from my heart. Here I shine again, after the gloom is through. I shine, I'm coming back. My heart is full of love and that I'm shining like I always knew I could shine. I could shine for you, and you, and you, and you, and you. Remember that the time is now. Yes! Shine!
One more, okay?
Okay. That's all I have. Mealenie, this is all I have. No, I don't.
Okay. Okay. Don't worry about it. Move on.
We're going to keep it moving with our next guest, the beautiful Eartha Kitt. And she'll be
No, Eartha sends her regrets. She couldn't make it today. She's here in spirit. She said that her spirit is here with Mealenie Lee of Mocha House Productions, because Mealenie Lee is a product of our Wanda Lewis, who was a student of Eartha Kitt when they were both students of Catherine Dunham. So thank you for being a great audience with Mocha Happy Show. So I want to say to everybody, thank you. Now I told you we're gonna have a test at the end. So here's the test. I want you to tell me one or two things that you learned or liked from the ladies, okay, or any part of the show, okay? I call this my top 10. I let you choose. I'm not that kind of teacher.
She says she learned about the snapping that we did.
Oh, okay. That's called concentration, the hand game concentration that I played when I was your age, and we called on the ancestors. Thank you for participating in the show. Mocha House, thank you. Somebody else? One thing you learned? One thing you learned? I saw you grooving over there. I don't have my glasses on, but I still saw you grooving. Anything you learned or liked? I put my glasses back on. I'm sorry for sweating. No? Okay. Well, we have one more song that everybody gets to participate in. What?
She learned about the Lamba dance.
Lamba dance. Lamba. That's a dance of healing and respect and honor. And it's an important dance in Africa and West Africa. Thank you. We're going to turn around and tell her, I'm the one asking the question. No. Thank you. No, I appreciate you participating. Anybody else learn anything? What's that? 2 thumbs up?
Yes.
You like the show? Thank you, sir. Thank you. Sister Dorothy, could you get us to Brahman? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So we have one more part. The segment that Nina or Nina Mae McKinney shared, the song was called, I'm sorry you couldn't hear it good. I had issues with the computer. The song was called The Swanee Shuffle. Okay, so we're still shuffling today. And our one of our most common shuffle dances today is the Cupid Shuffle. And this is a dance where everybody can participate, and we can end the show with everybody participating, getting that blood circulating, and everybody feeling good about what you learned here today.
Come and dance and do the Cupid Shuffle.
Hey, everybody knows how
Come
to
over here on the stage. Come on.
Cupid Shuffle. They tell you what to do, right?
Yes,
It tells you to go
what
to the
do.
right, to the right, to the right, to the right. It tells you to go to the left, to the left, to the left. It tells you to kick, so you kick your right foot, you kick your left foot, and then you march in place, so you just get your groove on. We don't have to do all the turns. We just don't have a good time.
Yeah.
Alright. Turn it up, turn
Do
it
your
up.
own thing. Come on, everybody.
We got a brand new dance. Do you
Just march in place. Go. Okay, we're gonna add turns. Quarter turn, quarter turn. Right? Come this way, left. Kick your feet. Kick. March. Quarter turn. Look at the children's wall. Go right. Go left. That's right. Just enjoy your part. Kick your feet. See Alice in Wonderland? Turn right. Look at the big screen. To the right. That's right. Face this way, this way. I'm facing you this way. Always turn right. I want to see my party. You can stay right here. Get your groove on. Get your groove on. Let's do it again. Right. Kick your feet. That's right. You know how to kick. Last time. Kick your feet. Kick.
Walk it by yourself. Do your own thing.
You feeling good?
Right? Woo! Left. Kick. Walk it by yourself. I know you like Tanya. Come on, kick. Kick. Do your thing. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you so much. Not bad. Thank you. Awesome.
Pick one out.
Okay.
Over here, I have some surveys if you're willing to fill one out. I have English and Spanish. If you'd like. Let's see. Okay. Yes. Don't worry about filling out the top.
Excuse me. Oh, I'm 5 years old.
Happy 2020, everybody. All right.
You're dancing, Meredith?
Oh,
older.
Porque le puse de tiene más de 16 a 25, no.
Older, then I would have to.
Está bien, mi amor.
No, I agree. Yeah, I'm not going like this.
Here you go.
All right, thank you so
Yeah.
much.
I put an extra little box because I'm
Okay.
Thank you.